one of the most powerful individuals right now. Good afternoon, Joe Bogdanovich. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
You're good?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. We're ready.
Yeah, you're ready. Hey, before we get started, I want to take you back a bit because I'm that type of a guy. I'm a historian in many ways. In 1997, Joe, I got a call from a young man that says he wants to have a meeting with me. I said, sure. The person been going around making the rounds in New York, and they've been telling him that he need to speak with me. And
Okay.
I invited the person to my office in Queens, and that person
Uh,
turned out to be Joe Bogdanovich. You came and you were asking for my advice, plain.
okay.
And you told me your plans to Jamaica. You wanted to go to Jamaica and start a record company, sign up guys. At the time, you had just signed Lukey D. Remember that?
Right. Right, I do.
Yeah. And I said to you, I don't remember all the things I said to you, but I know I told you Jamaica could use an investor like you, and I think you should go ahead and do all the things you planned. And I said to
hmm
you also, be careful with some of these artists because they don't, some of them don't respect contracts, and some can be difficult to deal with.
hmm
And here we are, Joe, 25 years later. You
Yeah.
everything you said to me you were gonna do, you have accomplished that and more.
Yes.
My question to you: did any of my advice help you in any way?
Not really. I mean, it's so difficult to explain to somebody that grew up in Los Angeles
Hmm.
what Jamaica is all about.
Right.
And so all I can do is listen and laugh at myself later on about being so uninformed about the culture.
Right. Right.
And but in school, I used to listen. Rather than listening to the Rolling Stones and people like that, I'd be in some of that great rock music. I'd listen to that, of course.
Right.
But I listened to a lot of jazz, and I liked a lot of jazz, and I still like jazz. It's great American music, and so that's where maybe some of my past lives
Your past
attract
lives.
me to
Right.
Jamaica, and
But
Africa.
but what about? I mean, what? When did you fall in love with Jamaican music and the culture? When did that happen for you?
That happened when I made the decision to move here in December 1999,
Okay.
and it was a major move for me. I moved out of one country and into another,
Hmm.
and so this is my Jamaican life,
Right.
and it's a serious commitment. I made a serious commitment to reggae and dancehall music.
Right.
That's what I
Right.
wanted to do, and I was in a position to do it,
Right.
and I've done it. And it's a long road, and you have to have a long vision to be successful because this place is very cautious, and it's the Jamaicans. When they trust you,
Hmm.
they're very, very, very helpful with a lot of things. So
I,
I've earned my stripes here. I
yeah,
think.
you have. You have. I remember the first controversy that you had with an artist by the name of Nanko. And,
Oh, Nanko.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I thought that was, I said, I hope you can weather the storm. And you did
Uh-huh.
just that. And you came through that. Did you ever resolve that issue? I remember
Well,
that you had taken some it was a booking of some sort. There was some booking issue. How did that go? Did you go to court?
nah, we didn't go. I don't know. I don't think we went to court. Nanko was a very talented
Very
individual,
very good
and
artist.
very, very good. But everybody has their goods and bads and problems and everything. So he has a complicated karmatic life. Is the best way I can say it.
Okay. And for you,
Nature was another one.
Oh yeah.
I put him in the N file. And Nature was another one, and it's very difficult for a young artist that don't have any family support, like a lot of other people do, and not knowing the business really, the entertainment business. So a lot of people can get into your ears and tell you all sorts of things as a way to grab whatever your possibilities are and keep it for themselves. And that's what happens to a lot of people here.
Here we are, 25 years later from the moment we met, and you told me what you want to do. Was it, to reach this point now, people are seeing you as, including myself, as one of the most, if not the most powerful person in Jamaica where reggae is concerned. How was that trip from 99 till today? What was that trip like?
Well, it was exciting. It is exciting. I'm still on the road, and I love the Jamaicans, and I love their music, and I like their sense of humor and everything about them.
Right.
And but and I understand just how difficult it is for a Jamaican to crack the international, plane space here for their craft. And it's based, there's a lot of racism and there's just a lot of nonsense that still exists. And it's not as bad as I think what you were seeing in Russia and the Ukraine, which is
war. War. That's war.
Yeah, that's real war. Yeah.
You have discovered, you have signed, you have done so many artists, that have come through your gate, through Down Sound Records. Who were some of the most successful for you? And are you still doing that? Now that you...
Yeah, I'm still managing two acts. One is Diani, who's a new act, and he'll be on Reggae Sumfest this year, and he's a great singer and songwriter, and from his energy, he's got clean energy. He's a exceptional kid, and I think he can go a long ways and cross over into the international market. And then there's Marcy Chin, who is a DJ, and she's very, very talented and a very intelligent girl that has great work ethics, just like Diani has great work ethics. They work hard, they don't complain, and they are independent. They're independent people in terms they try to do everything that will make them succeed, and which means that they work hard and don't expect everybody to give it away. And that's a very good trait to have. You don't want to waste time in the business. And they're I think they're exceptional, and we'll see what happens. Both of them will be on Sumfest. And Sumfest this year is a very exciting lineup, as you know. And we'll talk about that later, I guess. But I can tell you, I made a big decision, a while back, and that's what got me into the concert business here in Jamaica. First one was with Sting, and I think
you were part. But you at one point it seemed like everyone came to you for as a sponsor or as an investor.
Well, I was someone that made people understand that I was definitely interested in the culture and in the business of Jamaican music. But I come from a concert background. My brother was very big in the entertainment business for major rock acts and black acts, all sorts of acts, with a couple of companies he had with his college friends. And they did very, very well. They wanted me to be involved in that. They're my older brothers. They wanted me to be involved, but I was more interested in just going there as hanging out with my friends and just enjoying the music and partying with my friends as opposed to getting involved in the business at that time.
You just have Jamaica on your mind. That's what.
No, Jamaica came later.
Oh, that came
Jamaica
later.
came later. Yeah, so it was the entertainment business that really, and I was upset with myself for being so selfish by spending so much time with artists that really were not having the same alignment as me.
Right.
And all of that happened. So I think I've made a bigger contribution through the entertainment business. I had some good experiences with Sting, but with Reggae Sumfest, it's been really big. So
no, with Reggae Sumfest, you didn't start out as the promoter of it, did you?
No, I.
So how did you end up?
I started as a manager trying to get my act on their billboard,
right.
And that was with some major artist, Ninja Man.
Oh, Ninja! Oh, yeah, that's another story by itself.
Yes, he taught me a lot about Jamaica and the business, and he was very helpful to me, and it was a privilege working with him for a number of years.
Right. So now, how did it happen where you, from just being an observer of Reggae Sumfest to now you are the man? And exactly, what are you to reggae? Are you the owner of it? You're just the operator? You're the promoter? Because I've heard all kind of things. Exactly, what's your role when it comes to Reggae Sumfest?
Clinton, I'm the chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board. Frank Sinatra. You're the man.
Yeah, I'm the one. And I have a good team. It's been a long time developing the team. And
yes.
I think that we're one of the best in the country. And I think that with the acquisition of a 30-year lease for Catherine Hall is a big commitment to make Catherine Hall as the best performance area in not only the Caribbean, but on par with the biggest festivals in the world. Even though we're rather small, we only can do 20,000 a night. But that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. But in terms of the league that we're in, we're on the smaller end of the what do you call it? The occupancy.
Yeah. Now, just a couple of days ago, maybe last week, I carried a story with you cleaning up Catherine Hall and clean up the beach. So you do, even though you're the chairman of the board, Joe, you get involved, roll up your sleeves, and you get involved with the dirty work as well.
I don't expect anybody to do what I won't do myself.
Okay.
And I try to lead by example, and it's something very rewarding. We started in 2019 actually with the cleanup situation with one of the big environmental agencies here, and it's a nice community building experience with the team and with the various people in Montego Bay and getting to know people as you're cleaning up a dirty beach and with garbage and learning about waste and waste management and learn and teach your children and your neighbors how important planet Earth is and to take care of her with some more TLC.
Right.
And I'll tell you, people respect when they get to understand the real nuts and bolts of survival. You have to protect your planet, and you have to protect your family, and a few other things.
Now, there's also a report that you are looking to purchase that area and to set up a big major entertainment center.
Yes, Catherine Hall.
Can you shed some light on that, if that's the case?
Well, that is the case, and I have been approved by the UDC and the government. It's been a long battle to get it, maybe 3 years or 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. And they want to be sure that you're actually going to do what you say you're going to do, because a lot of people put plans in order and they don't do that.
Right.
But I think my track record speaks for itself. You know, when like in 2019, which is the last Sumfest that went live, you know, we had 20,000 people a night, and we brought in more than 10 million U.S. dollars into the city of Montego Bay and into the country of Jamaica. And that was just done in 7 days. Can you imagine what we could do if we could do that multiple times a year? And that's what we have not only in mind, with not only reggae and dancehall music, but, you know, other kinds of music that the youth like and other people like. And there's a lot of traffic between, you know, the southern states and going into Latin America.
Oh wow!
So we're very excited about that.
Now, when you build this entertainment center, whatever it is, that means you can have events not just at July like you do with Reggae Sumfest. You could have it around the clock, year round.
Well, we're going to start with doing maybe 3 in the next. In the year, maybe 3 in 23. And we're going to bring some hip hop and some stuff like that down here. A big celebration. It's a big property. It's 19.5 acres.
Wow!
And the sea is going to be. It's a very beautiful property when it's cleaned up properly, and that's what we're doing.
Now, with Reggae Sumfest and the lineup. You tend to do the current act. One of the accusations I've heard against you is that you don't really pay attention to the more foundation artists. Do you plan on changing that in the future? Like, you know, let's say foundation like a Jimmy Cliff or a Steel Pulse, those sort of acts. Is there a reason why they are not booked as much as?
Well, what we do is we try to cater to what the massive audience wants to see.
Okay.
And we've tried to get Jimmy Cliff. He doesn't play here in Jamaica hardly ever, and he chooses his dates wisely.
Right. He's old now.
Yeah, he's getting old now, but he's not dead yet, so he's still kicking and doing stuff. So, but I think that what we've done that's exciting about the current kind of music that's out there is they always have the argument with the youth, you know, with the new trends that are happening.
Right.
And when dancehall came around in the 90s. It was, they talked about the quality of the music and saying the quality is not like it used to be. And there's always a fight against change and the youth. And the youth has a lot of energy and a lot of inexperience and high expectations and not really knowing the business, because there's not many people that really teach the business properly, but it's getting better.
Right.
But in Friday night, this year, we're ending Friday night with the new young artists that have, I call them actually the COVID artists, because the COVID generation.
The COVID generation.
The ones that haven't really been on a stage.
Right.
And they also have learned to get themselves out into the public through creative ways. And you have to hand it to them. What I love about Jamaica is that they're so creative, to survive.
That is true. Would you bring back, when you cut back Reggae Sumfest to 2 nights? A lot of people were also unhappy with that. Would you go back to starting from Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night like it has been for many years?
No, just Friday and Saturday night only.
Well, you still do dance all night on Thursday. I'm talking
No, that's back in the old days.
So that's what I'm referring to.
What we do on Thursday, for the last 3 or 4 times, we do the Clash. And the Clash is very popular.
Oh, okay.
And then we do Friday, which is night 1. We call it night 1. I don't personally like this segregated thing when they say dance all night. international night. I said, no, it's night one, night two, like they do in the biggest festivals in the world.
Yeah. I know you do realize that now you are running the biggest and maybe the only right now reggae festival in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah. I'm the last of the Mohicans.
You are that. How does that make you feel, Joe? To see from where you're coming from to where you're at now, there's no sting.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Jamaica jazz and blues.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know about Rebel Salute. Like everybody else, they are taking a break during the pandemic. But right now, your show, Sumfest, is the premier live show in Jamaica.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what I get in the street from people that I don't know, or just people that are walking across the street from the market or wherever, and going to the beach or wherever they do, and they come up to me. They recognize me. I guess I have a pretty familiar face, and they are actually very grateful that I'm keeping, dance hall music alive,
Right.
reggae alive. And I just look at them because I believe they're absolutely genuine.
Right.
And it's almost hard for me to understand, but when I look in their faces and I look into their eyes, I feel good. I said,
Right.
I'm doing something good here, and that's
Right.
being acknowledged and all of that.
Right.
But when it comes to like, how do you feel to be, some big guy in the business here? I don't really see it like that. I just see it. How are we going to improve? How are we going to make it better? What's next?
Right.
I'm a very action-oriented kind of person.
You're very
that gives it a lot of
colorful.
thought.
You're a very colorful personality too, and Jamaicans like that. As non-Jamaican, you come and you roll up your sleeves, and you are like one of them.
Right.
They love
I
that.
am a Jamaican.
Say what?
They say I'm a Jamaican.
You say you're a Jamaican.
That's what they say. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but I take it as a compliment.
You take it, please do take it as such. 'Cause it is a compliment. Jamaican people can be friendly, Once they see that you're genuine and you're really out to help their culture and their music. They because after 25 years, brethren, you can't get no sweeter than what it is right now for you.
Yeah. Well, they used to think I was all sorts of different kinds of people.
I know. I've heard it. Trust me, I've been following you for years from day one.
Wow.
I have a picture. You ended up in the studio with me. You wanted us to DJ, and I'm like pushing you away. Get out of here, Joe. You remember that day?
I think I remember that.
Yeah,
yes.
Of course. I have the picture to prove
there
it.
was a few people in there.
Yeah.
I think you were on the air, maybe.
I was on the air, and you came there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting. You kind of bulldoze our way in there. Yeah.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to send you the picture. I got the picture, 19.
Yeah, WhatsApp it to me. Take a picture on your phone and WhatsApp.
Yes, I will definitely do that. Hey, listen, Joe, I am very proud of you. Even though, I might not, my little advice I gave you, I thought it,
No, it was good advice.
It was good advice. One thing I said to you, though, and you have learned that came through, was that some of the artists can be very difficult to work with.
No question about it.
And
that you have to be very careful with your time and your resources not to waste time. And that's what I did. I wasted a lot of time trying to get some. And, I mean, the one that actually I made more money with than anybody else was, you might not believe it, but it was with Fontan Moja.
Fontan Moja? You're kidding me?
Yes, he was one that I took on the road, and I a lot of them on the road myself, and learning the business. And you just, what comes around goes around, and it's Selassie over Satan. I mean, you got to believe in karma, and you got to believe in you can't fool anybody but yourself.
Right. And when you see
straight,
when you see what's happening to him now, because he's always into some sort of controversy, have you reached out to him and tried to guide him and say, listen, Phantom, this is what you need to do? Have you done that?
I've done that a few times. I actually took him back for a short period of time, and then it didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
Yeah.
Well, you have to move on because you're on a mission, right? You're on a mission, so you have to move on. Listen, I know that you're busy. You are the man running the show for the most popular, the only big show in Jamaica. So I really appreciate you taking time out
yes,
to
it's
talk
good
to
to
me.
be on your show because I hear a lot about it, and you're still influential, and that's fabulous. So that's a good thing that you've done to contribute to the popularity of reggae and dancehall music.
Thank you. Coming from you.
It's a fact. Yeah, it's
well,
a fact.
when in 1997, what were they telling you for you to pick up the phone and call me and want?
No, they said Clint's the guy that knows things. He gets things done, and he knows the business, and you should talk to him. And they made it kind of they made a pretty big picture of you, so I was probably a little nervous at that
you
time.
were nervous, no, nothing to be nervous about. But you did come and you did talk, and we, one thing I'm glad.
You said a lot of things. Sometimes, people don't understand the reality,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well. Hey,
I'm
listen.
a youthful person. And I believe in thinking like a youth,
right.
But I get more experience, so I have that advantage.
Right.
But we at Down Sound and at Reggae Sumfest, we definitely support the youth, as you can see on some of these lineups.
Yes.
And of course we, you can never go wrong with Barris.
Not at all. Oh, by the way, before you go, I want to pay my condolence to you because I know your bigger brother passed away a couple of months ago.
Yeah, he was somebody. He wasn't a brother, but he was definitely a relation. And
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and he, things. People don't live forever.
Right.
He was a pretty good director too. I think he won a couple of Academy Awards.
Yes. I read that now. All right, Joe. We will stay in touch. And again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know how busy you are now.
It's really busy now. It's crunch time.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
All right. Then.
And watch the stream. You'll enjoy it.
I will.
Okay. All right. Take care.
Clint and Lindsay, a promoter. Bring up the biggest set of artists from Jamaica. Like Super Cat and Mr. Early be the doctor. Only for artists, no for them, me can't remember. Who can remember when them used to keep Jamaica? The kind of show that used to give out no for water. To reggae artists.